And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the New York Jets. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10. Darnold on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Detroit! All right, here we go. Here's the now 30-year-old running back, LaShawn McCoy. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Back to throw, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The #1 pick a season ago, proving his worth. 7 sacks in 11 games as a rookie. Didn't play the full year due to some injuries. But he's going to be the face of the franchise on the defensive side of the ball. Myles Garrett, he fills up your screen when he's rushing the passer. Eluding the pressure right. Well, this is brought in by Pryor. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go #1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to #3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead, they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans are going to be very happy to have him.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and I think the Browns got it. They did. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
The first carry for a former 49er and also a former Buckeye. It's Carlos Hyde. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Henry Anderson in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield. Screenplay, Johnson. Good move by Duke. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A huge play there on the screen pass. 47 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. From the gun, Mayfield. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Jordan Jenkins able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
He's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
New York set to take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Detroit, Detroit.
Darnold. And he hits Jermaine Kearse. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Now a 1st down carry here from McCoy. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the 1st half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish. and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Jets and Browns, two cellar dwellers from a year ago, and they did meet in that season, Week 5 in Cleveland. Myles Garrett, it was his NFL debut. He got 2 sacks, but it was former Brown Josh McCown throwing 2 second-half touchdown passes to lead the Jets to the victory.
And every time I hear about the Jets and Browns playing, you know what I think about? The first ever Monday Night Football game. The Jets at the Browns. Cleveland won. I believe it was 1970.
It was indeed. I just happen to have the note here. I don't know this off the top of my head, but September 21st, 1970. Airing one deep for Curse. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They start the drive with Hyde. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 30. The 20. 10. 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Carlos Hyde, 96 yards. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On first down, it's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Gone!
On second down, Darnold. That is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. A give to McCoy. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
Now McCoy. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Darnold now to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. In for the score. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And drive, one play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mayfield on play action. Looking for his tight end, fouls, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Leopard.
A first down throw, Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jets are able to strike for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Green 39. Green 39. Watch the motion.
2nd down, Mayfield. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Baker Mayfield, obviously the #1 pick overall. That was controversial, though. What ultimately made the Browns go in his way?
Well, post-draft, I did hear a Browns executive talk about the efficacy of Baker Mayfield. In other words, how people rally to him, how people respond to him. He talked about seeing him at a workout, how he showed up, yelled out to the other guys. They yelled back with the same response, ran right to him, and they were ready to start the workout. He said things like that and his talent tipped the balance in his favor to go #1.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mayfield now on 2nd down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Lucky 56.
3rd and long for Mayfield. The pressure gets to him again. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit.
On 1st down, Darnold. He'll buy some time right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. He's going to air one out. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. This give is to McCoy. Able to slither by. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
19 seconds showing to play in the half as they come up here 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Room here to run. 34 yards there and a 1st down. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep now for Landry. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. This will be fielded at the 6. And an alley to run. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. The 3rd quarter begins with a run by Hyde. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Over!
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Avery Williamson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. Man open, that's Damian Ratley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The former first-round pick from Boise State, Shea McClellan, in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Mayfield. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield to throw it. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down. From the red zone now, Mayfield avoids him at the 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. They'll give to Hyde, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Mayfield. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try and get the running game going with McCoy. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
That one's complete to Tomlinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Darnold. So quick on the spin.
Oh, he's spinning, man.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Watching that, Barney.
And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Watching that, Barney.
They'll run. This is Powell. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that'll help. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. From the gun, Mayfield. Got an open man, it's Ratley. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mayfield, finding Fields, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
It came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield down. And And this is going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. Looking at this situation, if they get a field goal out of this, it helps. But a touchdown would really help into going to secure the victory.
You know what I'm thinking right here? In the West Coast offense, in their parlance, every time they throw the football, they say you're either throwing it for a touchdown or a check down. In this case, it's either taking time off the clock or getting that touchdown that really puts you in firm control. I think they'll go either way on this one.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Detroit! Detroit!
The backup, Rob Kelly, his first carry. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. 3rd and 2, Darnold buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Detroit! Detroit!
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Leopard! Leopard!
He's back to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big game.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bryant. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Mayfield to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Mayfield. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A gain of 32 that time. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Hyde. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Detroit!
Mayfield. Flush to it, and he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one is tempted to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd. Carry it into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. Now Darnold. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Mayfield looks to throw, and he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Where they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That throw good for 4. It's second down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
To throw, Mayfield. And an alley to run. And the return will stop right around the 25. They were looking for Johnson that time. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on third and inches. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. This is the running back, Powell. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Jets, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
wide eight. Hey, here we go. Wide eight. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. Hey, here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Hey, here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Hey, here we go. Wide eight. Hey, Sway. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. Here we go. Wide eight. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?